This Hawkeye thing. I mean, I've been really enjoying. We're ready to jump into this. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I had more time. Like next week, I'm gonna download that stuff for sure. Get some more sound bites and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. So Hawkeye episode 5. Wow.
Yeah, that's a great first word. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So
from the beginning to the end, I mean, I enjoyed
yeah,
what they did with it. You know,
yeah.
it's a few things I'm going to go say. Uh, I love the fact that we saw Kingpin finally, and I'm glad it paid off with the mother. I knew
Oh,
her mother was with Kingpin. I was like, yeah, I could tell
that's like the
from the
worst kept
beginning.
secret. Yeah, yeah. Right
But
away, something was up.
what do you think about Hawkeye's wife?
Ooh.
I thought that was
So
very telling. That whole thing was very telling.
yeah, man, because you would have expected her to be like, no, you don't need to do this. There's another way to do it. It's okay. But she went hard in the paint. She's like, kill bitches and you need to kill some bitches. Like, do what you gotta do. I was like,
Hey, you
damn.
know, I mean, I trust your judgment. If you got killed him, you got killed him. I'm just saying. Don't
I
think
mean,
I
she
want
didn't
to
sound
judge you.
happy.
She was like, I ain't gonna judge you. You know, I ain't gonna. I'm the
Yeah.
last one to judge you. Me and you gonna be.
Yeah.
We go way out. I was like, man, that was pretty cool.
I love their relationship though. I out of so many countless like on-screen relationships, I love their relationship. It's so, I mean, I don't want to say healthy because they kill people for a living, but be just them two together. It was like no secrets. They understand each other so well, you
No,
know.
but
It
and
was
that's
like,
something that he's been a killer for 30 years. He's been a weapon for 30 years. So
yeah,
all thing that tells me is that she is Mockingbird. Like
yeah.
she
It's
is.
more and more.
There's no way around it. I don't see any other way. I think in week 6 we're gonna see this finale. We're gonna be sitting there watching the watch party and be like, yeah, Laura Barton is going to go ahead and she's gonna slap the bitch. That's just
Yeah,
what's gonna happen.
yeah.
It's like, where'd that come from? Like, oh yeah, she was the one who taught me how to do all this stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if something goes down where Yelena is gonna kill Clint and she swoops in. They have this like badass fight. Obviously, I think Yelena will win, but she's gonna show off that she's still got it. You know, like she's still like this badass. But I think she's gonna tell her like the truth of it all. You know, and that's what that's what I hope. You know, like I want to see her badass, and I want to see somebody slap Yelena. I'm like, you dumbass, like stop being stupid. You know. But
I was pretty disappointed when Elena broke into Kate Bishop's house and she was just sitting there chilling, and
yeah,
Kate Bishop didn't say anything about like, you know, that was his best friend. You know, he did everything in his power to stop her from being the one that died.
yeah. See, but
She's the
I
one that
don't know
brought
what
him
she
back.
knows. Yeah, I don't because when they were in the last episode when
They're
they
in the
had their
apartment.
little, you know, he didn't get into too much details. You know what I mean? Yeah, he didn't get
Well,
into too many details. That's why I was kind of like, he just told her like he meant a lot to her, like for sure, like because she saw that, you know, saw all the emotion he had from when he brought her up, you know. So, but I don't know the details, and I wonder if the
That's,
world knows. You know, does the world know what happened to Black Widow? You know, because it was just them two,
yeah.
you know, and it's not like Clint's talking. So,
But
you
they
know,
had this because Natasha didn't come back, and you know everyone knows about Natasha because you know she's the worst spy of all time for when everyone knows who you are.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I feel like they have to know. You know, how did Elena know?
That's what I'm saying. Is like, I mean, how much details did Clint get it, or did he feel like so, like depressed from it, or like he kind of like it was his fault? He's like, oh, it should have been me. It should have been me, you know, kind of thing. I feel like that. I feel like those words are going to come out of his mouth next episode. Like it should have been me and not her. Like he's gonna say something like that. To
You know he
Yelena.
believes it.
Yeah, and he does, So I think at one point like somebody's gonna like let Yelena know is like Black Widow sacrificed herself for Clint because she loves Clint. Not in a sexual whatever way, but in caring. I love you. You're like a brother sister kind of relationship. Like family. And I think that's gonna come into play, but I think he's gonna have to like explain it.
I don't think he is. Honestly, you want to know what I think? I think Echo is going to do a lot of this stuff. I think she's going to go back to Kingpin to find out that he did. He's going to totally admit because Kingpin's a badass. He ain't worried about you. He ain't worried about you. Yeah, he had to go, and she's going to come back and find out that he was telling the truth, and Yelena's going to find out from that whole conversation that he's telling the truth. Kazi's going to be dead because she's going to kill Kazi because Kazi's the one that set up her dad. So I mean that was a good so badass. Yeah. So where were you when he died? I don't know. I was doing this. I was like, oh man, all right.
That was a good twist. I did not expect that. I was like, oh, okay. I thought they were going to go into like a loving relationship kind of thing, but
it seemed like it did though. It was there. I think they have some type of relationship, but that doesn't matter because if her dad's dead because of him. Yeah. But it seems like they got something going on. He's the only one that's able to hug her and take care of her and touch her in intimate ways.
Yeah. That was a good twist. I did not see that coming. But I like Echo, and I forgot for a moment that she's deaf. Because there's a part where a gun goes off when he's like doing his old Batman thing, and that's the first thing I thought of. I don't know about you. It was like a guy just getting like swooped away like in midair.
Yeah.
Like when did Ronin become Batman?
Well, I mean, obviously that's what Hawkeye is. He's Batman with a bow and arrow without Alfred.
Yeah, exactly. No Alfred.
That's pretty much what it is. Kate Bishop's Alfred for now.
For now, the Robin more like, but yeah, I mean, there's a part where like he pulls one away and he does he shoots his gun, and I think he shoots like somebody in the foot or something like that.
Yeah, the other guy. The other guy shot himself in the foot, and he was like, and she's like this.
Yeah, I'm like, did she not hear that? And I'm like, oh wait, I felt so stupid. I'm like, duh. But also, she feels vibration, so I felt like she would have known. She
has extra sense.
Yeah.
I mean, she's looking at the guys like, she turn around looking. And then for 8 minutes, she's just like, look at the sky. Yeah. Like, you weren't looking at the guys? I mean, this didn't happen like in a second.
Yeah. But, I mean, that scene was really, it went down a lot different than I expected. Like, it was, I like that scene because it really made Hawkeye more vulnerable. Like, this is who I am. Like it's like he accepted what he did as Ronin, that he is Ronin. You know what I mean? So, but like, so I like that whole part of it where he took off the mask and he's like, finally, like, this is me. Who I am. Yeah.
Warts and all, but he still doesn't accept himself for who he is because he keeps on saying, I'm a weapon. I'm like, no, you aren't under mind control. You can still do whatever you decide to do. That's something else I really enjoyed with seeing Yelena going back and see those Black Widows, and she gave the antidote to that one lady. She was like, I'm not under any spell. I'm just getting money. I'm getting paid. You stupid.
Yeah. You said Hawkeye's not under mind control. I'm like, except for that one time he was under mind control.
Exactly. We trying to kill him.
Shit, But I was like, So let's go back to that opening scene. It was awesome. 2018. Marvel is so scattered around with times now. I couldn't remember who was alive or dead in 2018. I'm like, did the blip happen yet? Did it not happen yet? I wasn't sure what. And I had to sit for a minute. I mean, obviously they kind of, which I appreciate that they kind of let you know what 2018 was. I'm like,
they addressed it right then.
Yeah. So the WandaVision had one of the coolest scenes, I thought, with the blip, where where Rambo comes back and it's all the chaotic mess.
Mm-hmm.
This one is probably tied with it because
that was one of the coolest things I ever seen. Come back, all the paint is done, the wallpaper is different. She the same exact location, but everything changed around her, and she thought it was just 5 seconds, and it's been 5 years. That was amazing the way that they did that.
That was so cool. That was so cool. Like not only like seeing, because like with Rambo, you only saw, I think, you didn't get the same feel. You know, you just got the chaos that came after it. This was she just went to the washroom, and then 5 years later she walks out. You know, and the whole scene of like is like when she splashed the water. You know, it was like, or it was something with the water where it kind of like did a quick dust and it came back. I'm like,
yep.
And then everything, like you said, everything changed on the walls and everything. I'm like, that's so freaking good. Like seeing it from their perspective, like somebody who got
from an individual's perspective that was not in the middle of everything.
Yeah,
that was just whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Spider-Man, we saw when the band came back on the basketball court. We saw that, but we saw someone's life who was doing something really different.
Yeah.
And see how it affected it. And it's cool. It's great that her husband didn't get like messed up real quick.
Yeah, seriously. If that baby wasn't there, then he might have been dead.
Yep, that's true. She was like, got my arm cannon ready to go for you. Like, all right.
Yeah. I thought that opening scene was very well done. It explains what Yelena's been doing since Black Widow the movie.
No, but it did more to that. It made me understand Black Widow even more.
Yeah,
she didn't just lose all the people that they're gone. She lost her family. She lost the Avengers family, and she lost her sister, who she had just reconciled with, and she lost her.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. I mean, that gives her even more motivation. And I understand her motivation even more coming from that situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just sucks that like we don't appreciate Black Widow now or then as much as we do now, because now you gave us the solo story. You gave us her family, you know, and she's gone. Like we can't appreciate her now, you know? Exactly. So it's just like, you know, but even like that scene where Clint is talking to the plaque, you know, where Avengers 1 happened, you know, kind of thing, which was super cool. I thought that was super awesome. That was very emotional. That was like very, very well done, I think. You know, I was like, damn. Like,
I'm going to say this. I got to say, we talked about this before this came up with Marvin about Hawkeye. Marvin's wrong. Hawkeye is a really cool guy. Cool character, more human, and he really explains the humanity of the situation so much. Not just the beatings, but the emotional aspect, the not knowing who you are aspect, the being in the spot, how that affects you. You know, his early childhood, how that affects you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and for him to be that well balanced and was able to hide all that, like I'm thinking back about hiding all that stuff on the farm. Way back then, how the hell did he do that?
Yeah.
How the hell? Yeah. I mean, I'm getting more and more respect for Hawkeye as we go along.
Yeah. I love the whole thing. You know, it's like you said, like how he's able to maintain everything. A family. You know, it's like no one else maintains a family. Either like they're a god, so like they live forever, or you know they're too busy doing stupid shit. I mean. You know, I mean, I guess Captain America would be the next closest thing, but also he's a super soldier. I mean, it's very different. Like, you know, when he gets a boo boo, like he's fine 5 minutes later. When Hawkeye gets a boo boo, you know, he goes deaf. Yeah, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
he gets shot in the arm. He can't use that arm anymore. Like he's not gonna still punch you with that arm. He's like, well, that arm's gone. All right, well, here's the arrow. This is done. But but
even the side characters,
stuff.
Yeah. The LARPer groups, you know, the guy I can't remember his name, but the guy that they bring onto a lot.
The one that he went back to talk to him.
Yeah.
The
He's
firefighter,
the
right?
firefighter. Yeah. Yeah, and he was the LARPer guy, which was pretty cool. I thought it was gonna be a little like one like little thing, and like no, he's playing not a big role, but he's like in it, like he's helping them get their costume, which is super cool,
Yep.
which I'm like a bunch of LARPers make. He has Tony Stark tech, and he's having LARPers
What's his
like
name?
make his costume.
Grills.
Yeah,
That's what he
Oh,
say.
yeah,
Hey
yeah,
Grills,
yeah.
hey Grills. That's his Gilbert or something like that. But
Yeah.
his LARPing name's
Yeah.
Grills.
Yeah. I think I forgot I was watching one of like the Easter egg shows, and I guess a lot of those characters that are the LARPers are like little characters in the comic books, like at least the name wise, not power wise, but I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. They're able to like, oh, here's this guy and this guy, little Easter eggs here and there. I thought that was really cool, but yeah, I sorry Marvin, but yeah, I agree with Brian. You are wrong with this one. This show was really really good. It brings the humanity to everything.
Yep.
You have the space travel and time travel and multiverses, but then this brings it right back like to a nice
home.
small little thing. Yeah,
This
it
is
hits
what
the
this has
heart.
come from. And
Yeah.
I have more respect for him when he says, "Look, I ain't trying to kill you, but if I ever hear my kids or my
Yeah.
wife's name come out your mouth,
Mhm.
you're dead, done,
Yeah.
plain and simple. I'm out."
Yeah,
And you know I'll do it because I'm still Ronin. I'm sitting in my Ronin suit.
that's so badass.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that was so cool.
Yeah, but I wonder if that's what he get called his wife for. Like, I think he was getting permission from his wife, like, hey, I might need to kill somebody, and she was like, do what you gotta do, which is like super badass.
So like,
But-
hey, if they deserve to die, they die.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
'Cause, I mean, I get it like, as a parent, I mean, I don't get that, but like as a parent, I understand like, hey, you need to kill somebody to make sure our family's safe. It's not the first time you've done it, kind of thing, so.
I think he was asked for permission to put the suit back on
Okay. Yeah.
and being that guy again. Because
Be-
once you
yeah,
put
be
it
him.
on, and he lives, and they know that he lives.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it was important for Echo to see it though. Like Echo to see that it's Clint, like
Yeah.
listen, we're the same, man. Like I'm not the bad guy you think I am, it's like you there's a bigger bad guy than me out there, and you are buddy with him. So take that for what it's worth, But
But I think that was important that having Yelena there too to show Kate Bishop how bad her mom really is. Dude, she threw Swordmaster under the bus so fast. So, oh yeah, I checked him out real quick. When? It's been 10 minutes. You got the police there already,
Yeah.
throwing him under the bus. Like, man, that's fucked up.
all that's planned. I was like, they
So-
had to figure out. They're like, we have
He
to
wasn't
get
worried
my
about
daughter
it?
off the trail.
Yeah, he wasn't worried about it. She wasn't worried about it. She wasn't even crying about it. She's so in love. How do you not know?
Yeah, you have this like crazy thing that looks up everybody's information in a heartbeat, and you're telling me you didn't look up the dude like who like you're gonna get married to? It's too much. I was like, she knows, and I think she went to him and was like, hey, my daughter's getting on this, so we need to
Yeah.
do something where
I feel
you
like
know.
they already had the plan in ready, like in motion. They're like, oh, we'll just release
Just in
this,
case.
whatever. I'll break you out, or I'll just have the police walk you right out, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's back home, and everything's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you just pay off the cops and like, oh, not guilty, boom, and then he's like, oh, see, I'm innocent, like because Fisk got all the cops in his pocket, he's got all of Hell's Kitchen and most of New York in his pocket, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, but so you got to talk about that ending of the episode, boy,
man, such a good way to connect everything, and I did not see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Where Yelena was hired by, pretty much Kingpin.
Well, it was by Bishop's mother,
mom.
but who works for Kingpin.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, so it brings Echo into this big circle where before it was just like different parties with the same interests. Now it's like no, they're all connected, and it all connects to Bishop and her mom. Kate Bishop and her mom. And it's so crazy because the whole conversation that Kate Bishop had with Yelena is you need to double check who's telling you this stuff. They're paying you to convince you that he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy.
So you want to find out who this is?
I was like, oh man, that is like a big old slap in the face. Might have lost Brian. That was a big old slap in the face. It was just like you're like, oh, you don't know who hired me? I know here. It's your mom. You're like straight up. I think we might have lost Brian. He'll come back in a minute. But yeah, man, did anybody else, if anybody's watching, anybody else watch the credits just to make sure if that was Vincent the what how do you say his name? I keep saying it. D'Onofrio. Yeah. Because I watched the credits. I'm like, hold on. Let me make sure it's actually him. and it was. So I was like, cool. Because I don't want to show it, but yeah. Super cool stuff with that. And I freaking love I'm gonna follow. I love the whole when you watch the credits, this is kind of like how it ended, and obviously you see Bishop and Hawkeye, and then it says Hawkeye, but then the outline of the Kingpin. It's like, here's the dude that owns New York. He's literally the outline of the skyline, which is super cool. So I love that. And then you can't see it, but he goes, "When I was a boy, ... Yeah, like, and he shared this. It was super cool. Definitely, like, people's like, we love to see it. So it's gonna be interesting how it goes. So I think the power was knocked out at Brian's. So anybody watching right now, apologize. There's a really bad windstorm coming around Chicago. Like I can hear, like I have a window right here next to me. It is sounding really, really bad. So he said his power knocked out. So that's cool. Well, not cool. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna have to take care of some house stuff. So we might end it here. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Oh, wait, never mind. All right.
D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio. I wasn't sure. I'm like, did he lose power or was it just like a surge or something?
It was a surge.
Power,
the lights just went blip, and then the internet had to reboot.
Everything came back out.
Yeah, everything's back.
So any second now that might happen to me. So
you can hear the wind outside. It is whipping. Oh my goodness,
it's pretty bad. That's why I came on a little bit later. We were supposed to start a little earlier, but I had to go run outside and like tie down the garbage cans and stuff like that. Make sure the Christmas decorations are still in the yard. So
I'll pick it up later.
But I was talking about this the end credit thing. I had to make sure I watched.
I watched the whole thing too. I also didn't know if it was going to be a credit after credit thing, setting up the last episode, and I'm a little thirsty for it, so I had to find out what's going on. Oh my goodness,
big time! But this was at the end of it. Like right before they get into the regular kind of credits. The end of the animated credits, I call it. I don't know if that's what they're called or not. But this, and I'm like, why does it look different? I'm like, holy shit. I was like, that's like comic book kind of Kingpin kind of thing with the big old shoulders, no neck, and the big ears and bald head.
That looks like Miles Morales is a Kingpin.
Yeah, that looks like the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
Although he looked weird because he had this big body, little head, like all the way down, so far down. Like, why is his head like on his belly button? Yeah,
it made sense.
It made no sense. I mean, the video game one is pretty good. From the new video games, he basically looks like Dana White, like in the video game.
That's a really good job. Yeah, he does look like Dana White.
I remember if you go back and anybody want to watch me play Spider-Man, it's on my personal channel, Tink Kramer. And when you first see Kingpin, which is like in the first like 15 minutes, I'm like, did they get Dana White to do Kingpin? Because it looks just like Dana White. It's crazy.
That is so good. That's such a good call.
But Vincent, yeah, he's got up here. He put this up at 2:45 p.m. today. And it said, "When I was a boy, ... And that's what he's got.
Dude, I honestly believe next week this whole thing. I think we're gonna have Mockingbird. We're gonna have Yelena and Echo fighting, and Echo letting Yelena know about what happened. I think Hawkeye is going to be on the edge of death, and somehow Kate Bishop saves his life. I think Kate Bishop totally is going to stay with him on that farm for a little bit, because I don't think she's going to stay in the same city with her mom.
No way.
Yeah, so I think there's so much, and I think we're going to find out that her mom has something to do with her dad.
Yup. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
I think that's going to be the big wow. Mm-hmm. You didn't just try to kill my idol. You killed my father. That's what she was doing. All it says, everyone saw that first episode. Like, who in their right mind when all that stuff's going outside is gone from their child?
Yeah,
for that long,
for a while.
It didn't make any sense. Like my wife was like, "What is she doing?" Hey, I love you, but I would throw you in front of a bus to save my kids. That's it. I'm like, I don't know why I gotta be thrown in front of the bus. I'm just saying. That's what she said. But my point
what she did is went out of her way. You're gonna go out of your way and push me in front of a bus?
She's like, well, I already saved the kids, and now I'm pushing you in front of the bus. Like,
just in case.
All right, that's okay. Whatever. But I felt like she was going through all that time.
Yeah.
Like she was searching for a long time. So what the hell is she doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Doing something shady.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's also her being a bad guy is the worst kept secret. Because I think after the first episode, you said she looked shady.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she got more and more and more and more shady and sus, as all the different episodes came on. So I was like, yep, there you go. So yeah, she did something with her dad. I mean,
now on dad she's gonna have left. So he's gonna go back to the farm on Christmas Day, but he's gonna take Kate with him.
Yeah, she's gonna be like another family member kind of thing.
Yep.
I could.
But you gotta remember, she's in her last semester of college. She's not a kid. She's she's a kid, but she's 22, 23 years old. This is an adult.
Yeah.
So once you stabilize that person can still go on and do whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I think, like you said, like if they do another show or Kate Bishop does her thing, I think you're going to get a lot of drama between the actual daughter and Kate Bishop, the adopted kind of daughter. Mm-hmm. Because who gets the attention? You know what I mean? It's like she wants daddy to be daddy, but she wants daddy to be Clint, to be Hawkeye. So
no, but you see the daughter. She's the badass. She's the one that runs the rest of the house. You can tell, you got that one kid that just runs everybody else. No matter how old they are. She runs everybody else, and that's what's going to be interesting. And you walk to my house, you better be able to do this. And Kate Bishop's going to stay. She'll be there for a couple of days. She might have to get out and go find Echo and be in the Echo series. And they're talking about Kate Bishop being in all these movies, being the Ant-Man and Wasp movie. That's why they got such a big actress, because she's going to be in all of the movies.
I can see that, and I think she wants to be. I think she said in one of the conference or red carpets or something that like she's like, oh, I'm excited to be her for a while. I'm like that's cool. I like that. When you're hyped, like Tom Holland. When you have somebody who really appreciates and is excited to be a character. So I enjoy that. But how would it be?
Like she might be. I'm telling you, she's gonna be in the Ant-Man and Wasp with King the Conqueror.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that because she's going to be, since Jeremy Renner is going to be like unavailable. I mean, you just easily slide in.
Yep.
Kate, replacement
Hawkeye. Here we go.
Yeah, exactly. But how would it be though if like maybe like how it ends a little differently than what we were saying, and he comes home with Kate Bishop and Yelena? You know what I mean?
That would be like awesome. And that would be the beginning of West Coast Avengers or whatever, the Thunderbolts.
Like that,
maybe. Yeah.
I mean, because then it's also like here's my kids who calls your sister their aunt. You know what I mean? And they have stories and time with her. It's like here you can meet them too.
But it's also going to help her heal from her. Understand. Here, it's like one family meets the other family. Like, all right, we'll put this together.
Exactly.
That would be a really good thing too. I like that.
I kind of think they might go that route, just because it's a more of a heartfelt ending kind of thing. But they could go hardcore, like hate each other guts by the end of it. I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to do with Yelena.
I think episode 6 is going to be more Home Alone-ish. Like they're all going to end up in New York. I think his family won't be on the farm. Whole family's going to be in New York.
Oh, the whole family.
The whole family. So she's like they're in the hotel room because they don't want. They know where they stay. Kingpin knows where they stay. So they bring the whole family to New York, and that's how Mockingbird's going to fight Yelena, and But what are the odds of Yelena being the Black Widow that she hires? What odds?
I mean, I think it's on purpose. I definitely think like she.
No one else knows Yelena is Natasha's sister.
Yeah, well, I think what's her name? Because Valentina De Fonte, whatever her name is. Mm-hmm. I think we need a killer to kill Clint, and it kind of goes down the chain of commands to her. Where she's like the person on the field that that does the recruiting, and she's like, I got the perfect person. Or it's like I know a guy or a girl for this instance.
I just feel like the odds that she knew Yelena was Natasha's sister.
I mean, she does have. I mean, the whole security database.
You're right. Thing. Yeah, but she has it on Vormir? Like, yeah. You're on a different planet. It's like what happened. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
See, I'm still curious about that. Is like how much of that came out, because only Hawkeye would know about it. So whatever story that people know is whatever he told people. You know what I mean? I guess they kind of hint at it in Avengers Endgame, because which also always threw me off, because he pretty much describes Red Skull, and Steve isn't like, wait, there's a guy with a red head? Like, you're telling me like the first person you don't think of? And like, and he had a German accent? Hold on.
Steve's like, oh man, there must be a lot of them out there. Who knew there's so many of those guys?
Like, oh, he sounds familiar. I was like, that's the one part, where I was like, I hope they explain it. Maybe. I mean, he's still alive, so maybe they do.
I'm still hoping that they explain a little bit more about why is he not looking at the world where's Wanda.
Exactly.
I'm still hoping that they explain that.
I don't the whole timing. I don't know what the timing. It's like how far away or before is Hawkeye happening when Wanda happens? Because Wanda is like right after Endgame. Mm-hmm.
So it has to be around this time.
Well,
and you said California,
Were they in California?
I think that's what they said. California, I know it's west. I thought it's west.
So you wouldn't get snow, but it really wasn't Christmassy. So it either had been right before or right after this, I feel like. And I feel like if it's right after, if Wanda happens right after this, like if Hawkeye took place before, I can kind of see why he was a little preoccupied, with it. But yeah, I don't know. I did want to see that because
isn't Westview in New Jersey? Isn't she like?
Oh yeah,
isn't it New Jersey? Like I feel like
it was New Jersey. It was New Jersey.
It's Westview, but it's like this. It's New Jersey. So he's right there.
Yeah.
No. If that's the case, then Hawkeye really is a douche. I know we're the only two that lost someone, but I'm busy.
Yeah. I thought he named his youngest son Peter, but I was wrong. So that was.
I thought so too.
I did something. Yeah, I thought so too. But I was like, oh shit. But either way, but it's like he still like had a connection with her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if it happened, I want to see the timeline. When is Hawkeye taking place? When WandaVision took place? Yeah, because if it was like way before, it's okay. But
I wonder, what if that's what happened? So he has a happy ending, and then it's they have the after credit scene, and that's when he sees Wanda, and he's like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah,
and he leaves it at that.
Yeah. Because you could do you could do another series where he's like trying to get in and trying to get help, but like Sword keeps like, nah, get away. We don't want your help. We don't want your help. Like we don't want an Avenger hanging around.
Or he doesn't hear about it until after. It's like, and it's just so crazy that this happened in our city after the events and it happened in New Jersey this week, and he sees it and he's like, "Fuck Wanda."
Yeah. I hope they do. I hope they do because. That was one thing that bothered me. I was like, really, Clint wouldn't be there for Wanda as she was like literally like losing her heart,
her mind,
the same way her mind, the same way that Clint did, So I don't know. I mean,
he's the reason she's an Avenger. He's the entire reason.
Yeah.
He's the original. A lot of people are stuff like from Kate Bishop, Echo, Wanda, Peter. It's all of them.
Thor. He was kind of a,
He's a balancing guy because he's a regular dude, and they're like, if this regular dude with some arrows could do this, I guess I got to be better than what I am.
Yeah. But even imagine, like, out of all the people that in the first Avenger movie, like Loki took over Hawkeye. Like, did he know something that other people didn't know? Like, oh hey, this normal kind of guy is kind of badass. Let me mind control him for a little bit. Sylvie, it made sense because he was super smart, so you're able to use his brains, but you needed somebody who can protect you. And you're telling me like
he was like
better than Hawkeye.
Eeny, meeny, miny Hawkeye. Really?
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. So next week is the last episode. I know you said you want to do a watch party. With it. Do you want to do a watch party?
The only problem I have is The Matrix comes out the 22nd. And I am definitely going to movie theaters to go see it. And that is also the day of it, too.
Yeah. Also, I forgot. Matrix is on HBO Max.
It is on HBO Max. So now I'm going to see it in the movie theater, and then I'm going to go home and go see it.
And watch it like 100 times. I said the same exact thing. I was like, we'll go see the theaters and then come home and watch it again. And I watch it every single day.
So I wake up in the morning. All right. Put on the Matrix, guys. All right, let's go.
They were like, all your Christmas photos with you and your girls are going to be like Matrix in the background on TV.
It's going to be Neo going like this. All background shots.
Yeah. Like all your girls are showing off their gifts, and they're like in the background, they're like Neo, like
they're like, look, Daddy, look, and I'm like, just looking at Neo.
I know what I got you.
All right, babe, move out the way.
That's funny.
But speaking of that, now we got to talk about this other thing that's happening tomorrow.
Yeah. Get that ready. So we're for sure doing the watch party then.
I think I'm still down.
I'm down. I'll stay up. I'll probably take a nap, wake up, and then do it.
I feel like it's 45 minutes. Why not? We don't have to do a show
Watch
afterwards. We just enjoy it, watching it.
Watch it, and then go to bed and then talk about it later.
Yep, exactly.